The Amazon rainforest is home to a diverse population of plants and animals. But if you were hiking along the water in Brazil's Amazon River basin, you might see something you've never seen before. A mammal that appears to be a portly porcine, peeking its head out of the water or napping beside a riverbank. This endearing chubster is an anatomical oddity, but it may be difficult to categorize them based on looks alone. But sometimes adaptation requires an offbeat style if it means surviving in life, death, and taxonomy. Welcome back to Life, Death, and Taxonomy, your 30 minutes of interesting animal info. I'm Joe.
I'm Carlos.
Today we're
I was on top of it this time.
Today we're talking about a river horse whose looks are laughable and unphotographable. Yet they're my favorite work of art.
Unphotographable?
Yeah, it's a song.
Oh, is it?
My Funny Valentine. It's a very popular like jazz lounge song. It sounds really good, but the lyrics are really bad.
Okay.
Like it's like you're super ugly, but I'm into it, so don't change. Like.
Okay. That's weird. I've never heard of this before.
You might recognize the song. It's very popular.
Is it one that I would have heard at Publix?
Maybe very bougie Publix.
So Publix.
Yeah, it's bougie to people who shop at
Aldi's.
Aldi's, yeah. But
yeah, when you say river horse, I think of the Lord of the Rings when the river horses come and kill all the ring wraiths.
No, it's a river horse because it's
the South American
tapir.
Tapir. Tapir.
Tapir.
Tapas.
Tapas.
Yeah.
Little tiny vegetables and stuff.
Yeah. Spanish food.
Yeah.
Also known as, in the scientific community, as the Brazilian tapir. I'm going to say tapir. That's just how it's going to go.
Okay.
The Amazonian tapir, the maned tapir, and the lowland tapir.
Yeah.
But those are boring and very descriptive. So we're going to call it something else. Like the hilarious hippo horse.
Yes.
Swimmin' trunks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And the terrestrial toidarian.
Toidarian.
Like
Okay.
like Watto.
Oh, yeah.
Annie!
Little Annie. He's
Jedi mind tricks don't work on me, only money.
in the new Star Wars park. The toy store is called Toydarian's Toys.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Are you making that up?
No, it's real.
Okay, cool. Can't wait to go see it. But yeah, let's talk about how this thing is classified.
Okay.
Because it's a little weird. When you look at it, you're like, what is it? Is it a dog? Is it a hippo? Is it a weird
Locomotive?
like bear pig? Like horse bear pig.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it. But the kingdom, you like it. You know it. You know it. You love it. You're in it. Oh my goodness. I think I've gotten this right once. It's the kingdom Animalia. Animal Kingdom. Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Yeah. Toydarian's Animal Kingdom.
The phylum is Chordata, because it has a spine. The class is Mammalia. We're doing another big
Because it's
mammal.
hairy and has mammary glands.
Are those the only two?
I think there's
Things?
maybe some more.
I think there are things that aren't hairy.
Those are
that
two big ones,
mammals.
though. What?
I think there are things that are not hairy that are mammals. Like the naked mole rat.
It has hair on it. It has wispy, nasty hair.
So does nothing has hair but mammals?
Right? Yep. Everything else that has hair
Is something else. It's like
is feathers or
whatever the
chitin,
whatever the hairy frog has.
skin.
Huh.
It's just like skin. Yeah.
What about like the woolly bear moth?
It's chitin.
That's chitin?
Yeah.
Huh.
Bees, chitin. Like fuzzy bees. It's chitin.
Wow. I guess I've never really thought what it means to be a mammal.
Yeah, hair. Hair that's made of keratin. And like fingernails and horns made of keratin.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, the order is Perissodactyla, which sounds familiar to another order that we've visited frequently, which is Artiodactyla, which is even-toed ungulates. So Perissodactyla is odd-toed ungulates.
Oh, yeah.
Artiodactyla, even-toed ungulates, that's like hippos and
You
deer
know how this is an odd-toed ungulate? We're talking about that?
and humpback whales.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know how this is an odd-toed ungulate.
Okay.
I have its whole description.
Sweet,
here.
let's do it. I mean, whenever you're ready.
But
I'm not trying to rush you or pressure you.
Perissodactyla has... I know, I don't feel pressured at all.
Okay.
Also, horses, zebras, and
I did not know about zebras. Well, interesting.
rhinos.
Yeah.
Because a horse essentially has one toe, one hooved toe.
Okay.
And that's the hoof that you see. So the tapir has an odd number of hooved toes. So anyway, the family is Tapiridae. Because Tapiridae keeps the doctor away. The genus is Tapirus. That rhymes. And the species is terrestrius, or terrestris. Yeah, just terrestris. So Tapirus terrestris, that's the binomial nomenclature
Nice.
of this guy, the South American tapir.
Cool.
So anyway, let's talk about where it lives. It is called the Amazonian and the Brazilian tapir, so you would be right in assuming that it comes from the Amazon basin. Actually, it lives all over South America. Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, all over the place.
Yeah.
Just not in like the highlands. It's the lowland tapir, as I mentioned earlier.
There is a mountain tapir that lives in the highlands.
Right. So it's not very far south into Patagonia or very far west into Peru where it's not tropical. So let's talk about what it looks like. It looks like a weird elephant hippo pig.
Yeah. Looks like a lot of things put together. It's kind of like the platypus of...
It's the platypus like manatee. It's like just like let's stick everything together.
Yeah.
It's slightly chubby. So don't think of this like walrus-esque animal. It's just slightly
like a
chubby.
lean pig. Like a pig before you stuff it full of slops.
Yeah, it's like a non-cartoon pig. It's like it's what those...
It's like a wild hog.
Like one of the pigs...
Someone has to work for their food.
Yeah. You could tell that it's got a good work ethic.
Yeah.
It has short hair. It has a longish body.
Yeah.
So we're still in pig region here.
Yeah, shorter legs, longer body.
A short, stubby legs, a long, triangular head, still in pig region. So if you're thinking of a wild hog, you're not too far off.
The ears are very hoggish.
They're short, round ears. And here's where it differentiates. It has a mini elephant trunk on its face. That's why it looks exactly like Watto from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Also, its feet are a little bit more like a hippo's.
Yeah, but that's not something you would notice immediately. You'd be like, oh, look at that pig with an elephant's trunk on it, like a mini one. So their fur is always striped and spotted as when they're babies, and that's across all species. There are 5 species of tapir, and I didn't write them down, and I didn't memorize them, but I know there's a mountain one. There's one that's named after some dude.
Yeah.
There's
Starts with an R or something.
There's this one. And then there's also the Malayan tapir.
Yeah, that's the one that looks like a black and white cookie.
It looks exactly like a black and white cookie. And it looks like it has like leggings. So like the front half of that animal is all black, and then the back half is mostly white except for its legs. Its back legs are black, like it's wearing leggings.
I saw a video of just like a guy took a video of one of those Malayan tapirs, and the top comment was, "Your panda is broken."
It looks like its pants have fallen down, and it's kind of like trying to get around. Yeah. But yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of tapir it is. All babies start out with black, or with spotted and striped fur, and it's really stark. They look pretty cool, like a chipmunk. It's to help them blend into the forest floor as light
foliage
splays across the ground. But for the South American tapir, as an adult, it has dark brown fur and small white spots and stripes along its body. Although they're really small, so if you look at like the average picture of one, you're not going to see it unless it's up close. Those white spots. They also have thick with 2 C's bums and tiny little tails.
Yeah.
So like it's actually protrudes. It's not like a dog's or like even like a hippo's. It like actually sticks out.
Like a horse.
Yeah, kind of like a horse. Even maybe a little bit more so. And they have just stubby little tails that you can hardly see. So, still kind of pig region. This is pig country.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that sounds awful. Their toes are hooved and splay out so they can walk on soft mud. And they have 4 toes on each front foot and 3 toes on each back foot, which makes them odd-toed ungulates.
Yes.
And each one of those toes is hooved, just like a horse's one toe is hooved.
I like how they're like, these 2 animals with hooves are farther apart taxonomically than this animal who has full-on fins and lives in the water.
Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. The humpback whale thing will never...
It's about their supposed lineage and stuff.
Yeah, their pedigree. The South American tapir also has a short ridge of bristly hair, like a mohawk, that goes from its ridiculous-looking trunk all the way back down its neck. Also, fun fact, the South American tapir is the largest mammal in the Amazon.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
They're
bigger than, I guess, yeah, they're bigger than, like, jaguars and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, bigger than, definitely bigger than capybaras.
Yep.
Interesting.
Largest rodent.
Cool.
How big is it?
Thank you. Now we can start.
I hate you.
That brings us to the listener's favorite part of the show, the part of the show that's where I ask Carlos some quiz questions in order to convey the animal's size and dimensions in relatable terms. And it's also the part that's part of the show that's introduced by you. We do not have new intros this week. And that's on you, actually, frankly. That's on you.
It's on you, Johanna. Send us in one.
No! Don't dox her.
You're part of the crew, part of the ship.
So, let's go with Timeless Classic.
The entire FPC choir.
Let's do that one again. It's a personal favorite of mine, a personal favorite of yours. Let's do that one. Without further ado, the listener's favorite part of the show. Absolutely
Angelic.
breathtaking.
Angelic.
Yeah.
Ah.
Heavenly host.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's jump right into length. They're about 1.8 to 2.5 meters. That, for you American Imperial System users,
Talking like a speak and spell here.
5.8 to 8.2 feet. Let's just call it a good old 8.2. I like to go on that.
8.2 feet.
Yes.
This is a long boy.
Yeah. Big boy. How many tapirs go into the Solimões Amazonas waterway, a major route for Brazilian industry transport? Here's a hint. The place where the Rio Solimões meets the Rio Negro is called the Encontro das Aguas, which is meeting of waterways. At this point in the river, you can see a distinct difference in color. This is because the Rio Negro is the largest blackwater river in the world, which means that it's a slow-moving waterway that flows through swamps and wetlands and picks up decaying plant matter that turns the water black. And then the Rio Solimões, which is part of the Amazon River, is whitewater, which means it's faster moving and contains more suspended sediment because it's picking it up as it's like whipping around, the bend.
Just around the river bend?
So it makes it look white.
How long did you say it was?
How long did I say the river was?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh. Just the waterway?
Yes.
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 I don't know. I don't even have a visual concept of this thing. I assume it's a section of river.
I will give you another hint. I saw a picture of it, and like the land on the other side was way in the distance.
Is it just the Encuentras de las Aguas or whatever?
No. That's just where they meet.
Oh.
It's this long waterway.
Oh, it's the long Black River.
Yes. Yeah.
The Rio Negro.
Yeah, it's the Solimes Amazonas and Solimoes, I guess. It's in Brazilian. It's in Portuguese.
It's in Brazilian.
It's in Brazil, and it's Brazil's it's a major waterway for transport in Brazil.
I'm gonna say 100 miles. Sounds like a thing. And this is 8-ish feet. Man, can we... Tired of having to divide 5,100 by things. So I mean, if it was 10 feet, then it would be 510. So it's not 10 feet, it's 8 feet. So we're going to add a little bit more to that. So we're going to say 600. No, we're going to say 650 for a mile.
Mm.
And then I said 100 miles, so I'm going to say 65,000. Right on the nose. Bam! Emerald Live.
Final answer?
Yeah, 65,000 tapirs.
It's 1,300,680. Or, 680 things.
This thing's like 1,000 miles long.
It's a couple thousand miles long.
Ridiculous.
Let's move on to weight. It's 225 kilograms or 596 pounds. Or 496 pounds, sorry.
That's a heavy boy.
Still big. How many tapirs go into the weight of the Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro?
Oh, that one I do have a visual concept of.
It always looks way bigger than I think. Because all the pictures of it are like it and then the city below, which is down the mountain. So it looks huge because it's towering over the city, but it's on the top of a mountain.
It's also probably is huge, unless you're giving me a hint.
It is huge. Yeah. I mean, it's a big statue.
Yeah. I've been to the one in Peru and Colombia.
Which is smaller, right?
Those are a lot smaller. And then there's one in the Keys that you and I went to go dive next to.
Yeah, that's Christ the Rock, yeah.
Man, if I was on an iconoclasm spree, there'd be a lot of Christ the Redeemer statues that'd be all messed up. The weight of it. I mean, it's super tall. It's probably made out of some rock.
Do you want a hint?
I would say 1 million pounds. That's a lot.
Would you like a hint?
That's not going to tell me. It's not going to help me.
This actually is kind of helpful if you know anything about geology.
No, I don't. So let's just move on.
It's 38 meters and 125 feet tall.
Okay.
And it's made of soapstone. So you can summon your friends with it in Dark Souls.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still going with 1 million pounds.
Okay. How many boys?
This is... What'd you say, 490 something?
496.
Yeah, that's going to be 500 for sure. So 2 of those go into 1,000. 1,000 thousands go into 1 million. So I'm going to say 2,000.
Boys?
2,000 boys.
2,822.
No way. I was still like 30% off, but still pretty darn good.
30% off is a decent sale. That's fine. Yeah, that's all I got.
Wow, that was close. So it's like almost 2 million. No, it's like 1.5 million pounds.
Sure. I didn't write it down, but sounds right.
Okay. All right. I'll deal with that. I was way off on that dumb waterway. All right. Let's talk about what this thing eats.
It's an important part of Brazil's
It's dumb because it's long. It's longer than I thought it was.
Like the Revenant.
It's an herbivore, a herbivore.
Yeah, that means it eats herbs.
Yeah, people named Herb.
Yes,
specifically.
watch out.
It eats Herbie fully loaded,
Oh, no.
like a load of potatoes, fully loaded potatoes.
Oh, no, it's got sour cream and cheese in it.
It's got sour cream and bacon and chives, also, and some chili.
Good.
But no, it doesn't like those things because it likes leaves, branches, grasses, and sometimes fruit.
Okay.
And it's a browser, so it kind of wanders the Amazon floor. Yeah. No. You click on South American tapir. It's the fastest browser out there. They can actually run pretty fast. I didn't put how fast they can run, but they
good swimmers, good runners.
They're very nimble. But they love. Speaking of swimming, they love to hang out in water. It's their favorite. That's why they're the swimming trunks. They can swim and dive really well, and they spend a lot of their time walking along the bottom of lakes and ponds and rivers and things like that, eating aquatic life and staying away from jaguars.
Jaguars.
But that also leaves them open to predation to crocodiles and caimans that live in the area. Although the crocodile that feeds on them is like the Oasile crocodile or something like that, and there aren't that many of them left. So there's a black caiman that eats them. Mm-hmm. But like you said, they're 500 pounds and they're 8 feet long. It's just tough to chow down on them, especially if they don't want to be chowed down. It's not like a manatee that just sits there and takes it.
Manatees are chumps.
They're just doormats. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Actually, I saw that the largest South American tapir was 710 pounds.
Big boy.
That's a cow almost.
Yeah.
Outside of being eaten, their lifespan is about 25 to 30 years. And when they are threatened, jaguars will sometimes ambush them in their sleep.
Rude.
Which is weird because I saw that they like to browse at night, and jaguars hunt at night. So you'd think they'd be sleeping at the same time.
They when they sleep, I read that they eat mostly in the morning and the afternoon. Or in the morning and the evening.
They're
like
crepuscular.
The beginning of nighttime, they probably finish up and go to sleep. And they don't sleep in the water. They sleep in the banks. So. And
then they get munched on.
Yes.
And then the last thing I'll say before the major fact is that the Spanish/Quechuan word for the South American tapir is sachavaca, which literally means bush cow. And that's all I got.
Okay. You ready for the major facts in this episode?
Sure.
Here comes the major fact. Tapirs have a strange elongated nose we already talked about that's similar to a stubby elephant trunk. This nose is actually called a proboscis.
Ew.
Yeah. Bugs have those. It's just any nose that's like long, front-facing situation. It's an extension of the animal's lower lip or upper lip, combined with its nose.
That's good. Like an elephant's trunk.
Yeah. The proboscis. Well, the elephant has like its own lip, doesn't it?
I don't think so.
You're right. It's just you're right. Just the bottom lip and the
I think
trunk.
when it opens its mouth, its trunk is just like it's.
Yeah. The proboscis can move in any direction and even grab objects by curling around them, like an elephant's trunk.
But it's not that long.
Yeah. Well, the Malayan one is longer.
Is it?
The South American one is stubbier. This strange mini trunk can serve several practical uses that come in especially handy in the rainforest. Mm-hmm. One of the most commonly observed uses for a tapir trunk is grabbing branches and leaves that would otherwise be slightly too high to grab otherwise.
Like, man, if I really don't want to have to, jump up a little bit on my hind legs for this.
Yeah.
I'm very happy I have this proboscis.
Probiotic. It only offers a few extra inches of reach, but the fact that it can grab and curl allows tapirs to direct leaves directly into their mouths. So it makes for more easy foraging. It's also used to strip leaves from branches and pluck fruit from trees. So it's dexterous, which is helpful. Trunks also allow them to snorkel underwater.
Yeah.
The tapirs are excellent swimmers, like you said, and they'll often jump into the water to escape predators or to hide. That's their main source of coverage.
Right into the waiting jaws of a crocodile.
Yeah, but I read about like how there's two basic like predators for a tapir. Both of them one is pretty small, and the other one is critically endangered. So
also they get anacondas attack them too.
Yeah. So green,
and they love water.
Yeah, but I've seen
the Ice Cube movie.
You have to be a big anaconda to take down a 400-pound guy.
So like an anaconda.
Not all of them are the ones from the movie.
The one from the movie is like 45 feet long.
But yeah, that's a big thing to. I would imagine calves are more at risk.
Yeah. Also, I think the word prehensile is what. Did you say that already?
Yeah, maybe.
For just the word to describe the way it uses its trunk.
Yeah, like a prehensile tail is something that can grab.
Like a monkey can grab things, and our hands are prehensile.
New World monkeys versus Old World monkeys. New World monkeys have
prehensile tails.
Prehensile tails, like spider monkeys.
What Old World? Oh, like a baboon, I guess.
Baboons don't have. Yeah.
Is that a monkey?
Yep.
Huh. That was an ape.
Nope, it's got a tail.
There's only 3 apes.
Yeah. No,
chimpanzees, gorillas, and orangutans.
What about bonobos?
Oh, gibbons. You're right.
Gibbon. Yeah. Okay. So, when they're in the water, they can point their nostrils straight up above the surface, while the rest of their body is obscured underwater. Real sneaky, like Robin Hood. From the cartoon.
I was thinking Tantor from Tarzan.
That's true.
But then he uses it like a periscope. He can see through his trunk.
Yeah, that's amazing. Or maybe he's just smelling like Daredevil. You know, he smells so well. He can see a picture of everything.
Tapirs can smell really well.
They can smell really well. They also use their trunks to enhance their ability to food smell.
What am I food smelling right now? Pancakes.
Good. Tapirs have a great sense of smell and great hearing, but pretty bad eyesight. So finding food is primarily a nose game. When like dogs and even humans are trying to locate something by smell, they move their heads. They'll move their entire bodies, pivot just to like angle their nose to pick up a stronger scent. Like when something stinks in your refrigerator and you're trying to find it, you know, you're just using your neck and your shoulders and bending at the waist and stuff.
There's no better way to do it.
There's no better way to do it because you don't have this prehensile trunk. I was gonna say tongue,
tusk,
and then I was gonna say tusk, so it was gonna be
Trusk.
Yeah,
a Trusk fund.
Yeah, Trusk fund manager. But like bears, a very acute sense of smell can be more finely tuned by subtle changes in nostril direction and elevation and movement. So like humans can't smell well enough for that to even be worth it, but a dog might be able to.
Dogs they move their
little nostrils,
cute little noses around.
Okay, but yeah, like bears can do that too. But these guys, obviously can really fine tune it, you know, but they also don't have very agile necks to be able to like, you know.
They're no neck chumps.
Yeah. like the manatee on this chumps over here.
They really are like SpongeBob. It's like body, then just head.
Yeah.
The rest of its head.
Yeah. The tapir trunk also facilitates a pronounced phlegm response.
I can't tell you how many times I've been looking for a good phlegm response around here. There's just too many chains.
What?
I don't know.
Too many chain restaurants? This is a restaurant? Okay.
This got off the railroad worm.
A phlegm response is when an animal curls their lip to expose their upper teeth. Many mammals do this. but it's probably most familiar to you with horses. Whenever you see like a horse flap their big old lips open and expose their huge horse gums, that's a phlegm response.
And they're trying to smell better?
No, it's thought that it's primarily used to it's in response to chemical sense related to reproduction. So when male tapirs do this, it's because they're smelling for rival males, or they're smelling females that are single and ready to mingle.
In heat.
Yes. So it's something that I don't know if we understand the mechanism or if it's just a physical response to something. And it's usually in response to something relating to reproduction.
It looks fierce.
Yeah. There's other situations where, like, juveniles will do this for some reason in certain animals. Horses, after giving birth, will sometimes do this when they're smelling
their colt.
Yeah, so some chemicals related to reproduction trigger this response, and tapirs do it a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah, and that's all I got.
All right, that was the tapir, South American tapir specifically.
Yeah.
So for you out there in Podcastia, stretch your proboscis, grab some healthy plants, and always flee from wild jaguars, like the tapir in Life, Death, and Taxonomy.
Howdy, LDT listeners. Thanks for listening all the way to the end of the episode. You may have noticed we're short on Measure Up intros, and that's where you can help. Send in your Measure Up intros by using your phone's voice recorder app or any other recording app. Just record it, send it on over to ldtaxonomy@gmail.com, and you can usually do this just in your phone's recording app. There should be an option to send things via email, and it takes less than a minute or two, and we really super appreciate it. Thanks for listening and also engaging.
Life, Death, and Taxonomy is my favorite in the world podcast.
Is that good advice?
Always flee from wild jaguars?
Well, I definitely don't want to be near them, but if you encounter one, should you run?
I don't know.
I don't want to find out.
I was going to say always flee from jaguars, but it was like, if you see one from the zoo, don't run away from your parents.
Also good advice. We'll put this all in the end, just in case.